thinking back about our show is optimistic. Don't panic, pivot. Talk about a time when you had to remain optimistic and how you didn't panic, but you pivoted.
Let's do that within 1 minute.
Within 1 minute.
Let's start with Ms. Danica.
Danica. I was looking at her, so start with Danica.
I have learned just through growth to everything doesn't need a response. So I have learned to listen more versus just responding with emotions. So just taking in the information and knowing that I don't have to respond right away. So I would just say receiving the information and learning how to wait for the response. It doesn't have to be immediate. So I would just say that's where my growth has, just pivoting and learning how to just take a step back and not quickly responding all the time with emotions.
So just to come back to you, so we get deeper to that one question. What happened in life that seemed like it may be falling apart for you, but you didn't let it fall apart and you remained optimistic and you overcame it? Something, it could be in business, anything, right? Something that was just like crumbling in life, something you was trying to do, and because you was optimistic, it turned around for you. Go.
Put me on the spot.
I'm gonna come back to you.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go to Scott with that question.
Okay.
And that's actually my real estate journey, to be honest. Working for a company, moved up the ranks. I worked for a company that did stock analysis and portfolio management for 13 years. Started working at that company, did not know what a ticker symbol was when I started. Before the end of my first year, I became a mentor. From there, I became an instructor, traveled across the country, teaching people, classrooms of people how to trade. Short-term, long-term, swing trade, day trade, we taught it all. Transitioned to being a manager at that same company. I got fired just before the pandemic. They terminated my employment with no reason. They said their reason for terminating me was because they couldn't afford to keep me, is what they told me. They said that you have done everything and anything we've ever asked you to do, but we can't afford to keep you. We gotta let you go. We're terminating your whole department, really. I was the head of retention. I was a retention manager at that time. They did away with retention altogether. Now I have no job prospects, nowhere to turn to, nowhere to go. And it just so happened that prior to them terminating me, maybe within the last 2 or 3 years of me being there, I started getting into real estate investing. Realized some commonality between stock market investing and real estate investing, and that was really my segue into real estate. 2020, October, got my real estate license, and I've done great in real estate since. It's interesting because God is a God of the exits, right? He'll make a way out for you even when you're not expecting it. I had been trying to leave that company for a while, but because I didn't have any job prospects, I stayed. My blessings were blocked the longer I stayed there. When I chose not to leave, he forced me to leave. He made me move into something that would make me more profitable, that would make me more respectable, to get into something that I love, which was truly helping people. That was the reason why I wanted to get into real estate investing.
So quick question. So during that transition, when they let you go, what in your mind made you stay optimistic that something was going to come and change to give you a better opportunity?
The most interesting part of them letting me go, when you're told that you no longer have a place to work after working somewhere for 12 years and they couldn't give you a reason why they were firing you, most people would be angry. I had such a calm in that meeting and such a peace in that meeting, and the only thing that I could contribute that to was God. Period. He was the only person. He was the only one that could allow that moment to happen. I knew walking out that I would be fine. They said it to me that I would be fine. It was like, we don't have a shadow of a doubt that no matter where you go, wherever you set your feet, that you're going to do well because it's just the type of person you are. So, yeah.
Yanni.
I knew you were gonna come.
Yes, absolutely. So just like, something that happened in life that was falling apart, but you say, you know what, I'm gonna remain optimistic, and something inside you helped you change your mind. What would that be?
So I would say my battle with fertility, that was probably about 4 years. And at a certain point, it was like, you start kind of giving up, right? You're like, I don't know if I'm going to ever end up having a child. And so it was really my faith that kind of kept me going. My mother, she's a very, she's a woman that is a believer, she loves God. And she just kind of kept me going. And, eventually it did happen. I mean, there were some medical things that had to happen for us to be able to have a child, but it was just that was hard because you want to give up, but you know that if you don't, there's a huge reward at the end. So thinking about that reward, made it, and now he's 12, right? So you're just just an amazing kid. So it's worth going through the pain, keeping the faith, and then experiencing the good that comes from that.
Sweet. So let's go, Dwayne. Tell us something.
Oh man,
Break
so
them
many,
down.
so many. I want to say, I think with all the challenges I've been met, having gone into engineering and then getting laid off as a result of the pandemic. And now transitioning into real estate, something that I did not foresee. I really had to become someone else. And I think that was probably the most challenging transition, just as a person, because of what was happening around us, what was, having new responsibility of 3 small children, moving from New York to Charlotte. And maybe only one person, that was a heck of a transition for me. But I knew I had to make the adjustment, and I don't even recognize the person I was when I moved here. I'm a completely, I want to say I was a great person then, but I found a new greatness in what I became in this real estate journey. And I'm more than just real estate now. I feel like there are things that I never thought I'd become, for myself, a leader, a better leader for myself, a better father, a better husband, but also just a better professional. I feel like I can really go in any direction as it goes with leadership or as it goes with learning new things and adapt quickly. So to answer your question, in a nutshell, I think I just become water. I feel like I can adapt almost in any environment. So, I feel really good about that.
Listen, you start the question, so let's hear it. What you got for us?
Well, as far as
That's something that happened, and you didn't give up. You remained optimistic, and things turned around for you.
it's so many things. One in particular, I would say that I grew up in a real small town, and we didn't see professionals at all. We didn't really see professional. Entrepreneurship was something that you go to school, go to work, get a job. But I knew that I couldn't do that. I knew that I had to do something different. So just me believing that I saw myself in a way that they didn't see me was my pivotal moment to just say, you know what? I know that it's something greater for me. I know that I can't do this. I can't be here, but I know there's something greater. So just me continue pushing, continue to seeing myself in a different way, and knowing what God told me a long time ago that I was going to be more than what I thought I was going to be. Just continuing that journey.
Love for God. Yeah, I love it. Did you ever answer that question?
What everybody said. What
What everybody said.
Yeah.
What about you, Steve?
Well, mine's it's funny, right? This real estate journey. 3 years ago, my mom's got real sick. I was in school to become a realtor. I actually passed the test in Superior School of Real Estate. I was really fired up to take the test. And life lives. My mom's got sick, she passed away. And through that time, like it's about a year and a half, I was in a deep depression, right? I couldn't see myself out of it. Like, what can I do? I went from 200 pounds to like 163 pounds. I was really just crashing, going deep. And as time went on, I started to come up out of it. I was working at a company with my partner Noel, and they were doing alarms for real estate agents, right? And I was like, man, I should start my own company, right? I should start my own company, helping real estate agents. But my true heart was to become a realtor. So I never gave up on that, right? And coming around you guys, right? Just coming to the meetings every Tuesday, right? It just kept ringing. And then having a partner that's constantly pushing you, and then hearing other people in the firm saying, when you gonna get your license? When you gonna get your
I never.
license? No, Yachty tells me, I said, I'm getting my license. She said, who's happy about that? And this is the person that was scared to come on camera. But we remained optimistic in all of it and said to myself, I know this is something I can do. I know this is something I want to do. Pulling myself up out of bootstraps, and tomorrow's my last day before I start school. So I start school on Monday, and I plan on being licensed before the end of June, and becoming a part of lifestyle, right? And bringing a little joy, and making Yachty happy that I have my license.
Right. I'm gonna give you the business.
You're gonna give me the business. but that's really it. And like Alicia said, I'm really glad y'all came. We can do a part 2. So we can go deeper. We actually have Sean coming up, right? Mm-hmm. Why don't y'all come back when Sean is here?
Yeah.
Right? Like, we won't even tell them that they're coming too.
Okay. Well, we gonna tell them now. You gonna?
Well, he's not gonna watch this. When is Sean gonna watch it? But Sean probably still catching up to number 2. Okay, that man is so busy he hasn't even seen the whole number 2 yet. Right? But y'all come back with Sean and we can have a little bit more fun. Talking about lifestyle and anything else you got for him.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. That's it. Thank y'all so much for coming. And in the
you.
meantime,
We like to remain what?
optimistic.
All right, thank y'all. That was not bad, right?